Good morning students. Today we will study what is chemical shift and what is shielding of protons and what is de-shielding of protons in NMR spectroscopy. The last class we have studied how many signals are formed and what is the reason for the forming of signals. So how many signals, many examples you have seen in the last class. So how many number of protons are there, that many, how many types of protons are there, that many types of signals, that many number of signals you have observed. So now we will see what is chemical shift and what is shielding and de-shielding of protons. So when in NMR spectrum, NMR spectrometer, we are keeping the sample, what happens that in the principle of NMR spectroscopy we study, and also we will again once more see the how is the NMR spectrophotometer working and why is shielding and de-shielding of proton is taking place. So principle of NMR spectroscopy. You know that how many number of protons are there, that many types of signals are formed. How many types of protons are there, not number of, how many types of protons are there, that many number of signals are formed. So protons in organic molecule are exposed to powerful external magnetic field. So when you are keeping the sample in NMR spectrophotometer, then here the protons in organic molecule are exposed to the external magnetic field. They will precede at different frequencies. When they are kept in the magnetic field, they are preceding. Preceding means they are rotating with their frequency, different frequencies. Thus a radiation beam is passed and the frequencies at which absorption occur are noted. And so when the beam is passed, radio frequency waves are passed to the sample, and that what happens, flipping of proton is taking place and the frequencies at which absorption occur are noted. Generally radio frequency is kept constant and magnetic field is varied. So radio frequency is generally kept constant and magnetic field is going on changing. At some value of the field strength at which energy required to flip the proton matches the energy of radiation, then absorption takes place and signal is obtained, and that signal is called NMR, nuclear magnetic resonance spectrum, or NMR spectrum. So when the flipping of proton is taking place and that energy required to flip the proton matches the energy of radiation, then absorption takes place and signal is, and that absorption, the signal is taking place, and that one peak you are getting in last class. I have told you how many what type of peaks are there. So that is known as NMR spectrum. So nuclear magnetic resonance spectrum. So these things we are seeing in the. So what is happening? So this is the magnetic field, and this what is happening, the hydrogen nucleus is preceding, means it is rotating and a magnetic moment is generated. This is the precision, it is preceding, and when the absorption is taking place you are getting NMR spectrum. So here the sample is kept. Last time I also told you in this where the sample is kept, and these are the magnetic pole, and this I have told you in the principle that they are varying, and this radio frequency source is kept constant, and now radio frequency receiver, amplifier, and here you are getting the NMR. This is the control console and recorder. So here recording is done and you are getting NMR spectrum. How many types of protons are there, that many signals you are getting. So what is chemical shift? The shift in the position of NMR signals resulting from shielding and de-shielding by the electron is called as chemical shift. So shielding and de-shielding of proton. Proton is shielded by electrons, and that is known as chemical shift. So why is shifting of position taking place? Due to shielding and de-shielding. Due to shielding and de-shielding by the electrons, chemical shift is taking place. So this is a chemical shift. We will see in detail in next slides. As the shift is due to difference in the chemical environment, it is also known as chemical shift. So the chemical environment is also changing due to different types of protons, and so this is also known as chemical shift. So first going into details, first we will see what is induced magnetic field. When a molecule is placed in a magnetic field, so you are seeing how it is kept in a magnetic field. So when you see NMR spectrophotometer, you are seeing that how the sample is kept, and on both the sides the magnetic field is there. And so when a molecule is placed in a magnetic field, the surrounded electrons start to circulate. The electrons, you know, the nucleus is there and around the electrons are there. So due to this magnetic field, electrons start to circulate and thus they produce secondary magnetic field. So due to circulation, secondary magnetic field is generated and that is known as induced magnetic field. So this induced magnetic field, many times these words will come. So I am explaining induced magnetic field. See here you are saying, so induced magnetic field is the electrons are rotating and here induced magnetic field, this is the external magnetic field, electrons are circulated and so it is known as induced magnetic. But when a molecule is placed in a magnetic field, the surrounded electrons start to circulate, and produces secondary magnetic field and that is known as induced magnetic field. See, when you see this diagram, it will be clear with you. These are the electrons, they are circulating and due to which induced magnetic field is generated. So induced magnetic field. So here you are seeing, this is the applied field, these are the induced magnetic field, here showing induced magnetic field, here you are seeing, see in both different directions. Here induced magnetic field, it is in the downward direction, it is in this clockwise and anti-clockwise, both the induced magnetic field is there. The circulating pi electrons induce a magnetic field that adds to the applied magnetic field, which causes them to experience stronger net field and therefore resonance at higher frequency is taking place. So this is a diagram showing the induced magnetic field ring current. So what is shielding effect? A nucleus is said to be shielded. When it is shielded, when electrons around the nucleus circulates in a magnetic field and create a secondary induced magnetic field which opposes the applied field. So when induced field opposes, then shielding is taking place. When the induced field is opposing, this word you understand, opposes. When the induced field opposes the magnetic field, then shielding of proton is taking place. If the induced field reinforces the applied field, then the field felt by the proton is augmented, means decreased, and a proton is said to be de-shielded and absorption is known as downfield. So when there is induced magnetic field is reinforcing, means increasing. When it is increasing, then de-shielding of the proton is taking place and it is known as de-shielding effect. So here once more, this is shielding effect, this is de-shielding effect. If the induced magnetic field opposes the applied field. So in the first case you are saying this is the applied field and this is the induced magnetic field, they are both are opposing. This is opposing the magnetic field, it is in the downward direction, it is in the upward direction. This is the applied field and this is the induced field. If it is opposes the applied field, then it is said to be shielded. If the induced field reinforces the applied field, so if it is both are in the same direction, so this is the applied field, this is induced field, both are in the same direction. In such case, de-shielding of proton is taking place. Then shielding and de-shielding of proton. If there is a spherical distribution of electrons around the proton, then the proton is said to be shielded. If there is spherical distribution of electrons, then the proton is said to be shielded. The presence of electronegative atom or group cause reduction in electron density around the proton and hence proton is said to be reduced. If one of the electronegative atom is linked to the hydrogen, then what is happening? Reduction in electron density is taking place and hence the proton is said to be shielded. Shielding shift the absorption upfield and de-shielding shift the absorption downfield. Upfield and downfield. What is that? Next in diagram we will see. Shielding, due to shielding what happened? The signal is shifting to upfield and due to de-shielding it is shifting to downfield. So here to understand, shielding shift the absorption upfield at higher magnetic field upfield and de-shielding shift is to downfield to get an effective field strength necessary for absorption. So shielding upfield due to de-shielding downfield. See. So chemical shift is the scale used for chemical shift is del and tau scale. So what is the scale used for chemical shift? Del and tau scale. You are seeing, if here this is the signal for tetramethyl silane reference. So tetramethyl silane at 0 del you are getting 1, 2, 3 when it is 0, from 0 del is starting and the tau is starting from 10. Where del is 0, then tau is 10. These are the two signals, two scales to measure del and tau scale. Highly shielded signals up. So this, if it is the signal is shifting to this side toward TMS, then it is known as upfield. If it is going towards 10 towards del 10 value, then it is said to be de-shielded. So upfield means to the right, de-shielded to means left.